program that actually allows students to really show who they are.
Very inquiry based, and the children go out and almost learn to learn themselves and investigate.
In a nutshell, it's one of those programs that allows the student, I think, to kind of develop at their own pace. But even so, within that, still trying to work to the rigorous quality and quantities accepted or expected of students that are in a very good international system.
It's quite challenging, but I enjoyed it compared to the previous one because it requires me to think outside the box and makes me question a lot of the aspects of learning that I have.
For example, we work under global concepts, and this allows the student to attach real meaning to the different units that we do. For example, we do the objectification of women, which is becoming very important in a world where we have very, very big problems concerning gender and issues around gender. And this allows the students to look at things like identities, their own identity and the identities of others, and also at the relationships between people.
In MYP you have a lot of group work, and that's a really great thing because you get to interact with a lot of people, different nationality, and most of the time you also look into different cultures, and which is really great because in English we talk about objectifying women. I'm a Hindu, so I know what type of women culture and how we treat women in our society, but then I have a friend who is a Muslim, and then I get to see his point of view and how they treat women.
And sometimes they run into a few troubles in acquiring this knowledge and writing different pieces on research work that they do. So the role of the pastoral coordinator and the Milieu's program coordinator is to help the students to gain these good habits so that they can effectively study better.
There's a lot of close connection between the various members of the MYP team because in order to make sure that students are actually performing academically well, we need to make sure that their conduct and their behaviour is also of a high standard. And
teaching in the MYP means that you're teaching students to feel confident enough in sharing their opinions and sharing their attitudes and sharing their previous experience with the rest of the class. It's about making connections, not only connections between the different subjects, as it is a holistic program, the MYP, but also to make connections between what students know and what students feel and what students have experienced.
Year 8, we've been given assessments that have asked us to apply mathematics outside of the classroom and into different aspects of life. For example, this year we looked at baseball and how trigonometry can affect how the ball travels and the trajectory of it, so in order to help the team. We've also had another assessment about earthquakes, and that helps us to apply our geographical information into the mathematics, and I feel that's a good technique because it makes us use all we have learned instead of just one particular subject.
So the personal project is a really great way of bringing it all together because they're required to create a product. It's 3 components. It's a product, a journal, and a process journal, and a written report at the end of it. So you have 3 different skills being utilized, essentially 3 core skills, and then obviously it's up to them how far they want to go with it.
I think it's wonderful the program we have because in many places around the world, the arts kind of take a back seat to the serious academics. But here we have visual arts, we have drama, we have music, and that's integrated throughout the curriculum for the students.
from year 7 to 9 we teach humanities holistically. So the various elements of humanities, geography, history, economics, which are taught in the upper years as well, but also sociology, philosophy, these other elements of humanities come in as well, and especially in the lower years. And we make sure that we have courses that cover all of those elements And many of the units that we look at have many, not just exclusively a historical element, but also geographical and economic.
If you try hard, you will succeed in the MYP, because the criteria is there. Criteria is basically, I don't know, like a description of what you must do if you want to do well in a certain assessment. And so I think it's just a great system where, you know, if you want to do well, it's not like you're going to be tested and then, you know, on that day you fail the test and you failed completely. So it just provides you with a lot more opportunities and self-improvement.